A lot of times, the answers to our problems are something so ridiculously simple. And to further deep dive into this, we're going to actually do a little bit of story time, guys. So, I've actually had a problem this last week. My problem is this game called Helldivers 2. So, if you're not already aware or a big gamer or you don't follow my other channel, you probably don't know that I've been really into this game called Helldivers 2 lately. It is absolutely freaking amazing. It is so much fun. It tickles the dopamine receptors in my brain in the most elegant of ways. Freedom, democracy. Essentially, you are basically dressing up as like a Mandalorian and jumping into the Starship Troopers universe / Terminator universe / Halo 3 universe. It's kind of like a mix of all those things, just this big mumbo jumbo fantasy sci-fi shooter nonsense with an excessive amount of patriotism, and I love it. It's so much fun to play. So it's been kind of like my thing I've been doing these last couple of weeks. In my downtime, I play Helldivers and it's fun. The problem is, about a week ago, the game stopped working for me. Every time I would log into the game would crash. Now, to put this in perspective for you as to how I felt, because a lot of you guys probably don't even play games and you're just hearing this, you're like, what? No, your game's not working. That's not a big deal. Granted, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. But I want you to just pretend, and for the sake of vibing with me and feeling what I felt, just imagine your favorite little hobby. Even though it's not important to anybody else, it's important to you and you enjoy doing it and you enjoy getting that relief. Maybe it's a Netflix show or like your favorite TV series, or think back to the last TV series you binged and you were just so enamored by it that you couldn't stop and you wanted to keep watching. Now imagine you got to an episode and it left you on like a cliffhanger and all of a sudden Netflix stopped working. Your internet was fine. Netflix was working fine. Netflix was playing every other show on Netflix just fine. But the show you wanted to watch, you could no longer watch. That's the feeling I felt when it came to playing Helldivers, because every time I would log in and try to play, I would just keep getting disconnected. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? So I figured it was because the game had just had this recent patch, actually a bug fix patch, funnily enough. And I've never had issues with my game crashing or bugging out on me. So I'm like, okay, maybe this new patch messed up my game. So I basically went down for the last week this ubiquitous rabbit hole of Helldivers bug fixes, game crashes, and essentially just doing all sorts of mumbo jumbo and wizardry to my computer. So get this, I kept wanting to play and I was not able to play this game. And I kept trying things to be able to play this game, but nothing kept working. And it was annoying. It's not like this thing is like drastically decreasing my quality of life. You know, it's not like a life or death situation. This is just a problem that I was faced with in regards to a hobby / pastime of mine. So, all right, we're here. And I go down this rabbit hole. And I tried so much stuff to get this game to work. And can you just imagine the feeling of like wanting to do something, but not being able to do that thing you want, but also not knowing what you're doing wrong or what to fix to do the thing right? I'm sure that's a feeling a lot of us can resonate with. Maybe not for this, but for different areas of our lives. And we'll come full circle with everything in a moment. So I went down this ubiquitous rabbit hole, guys. I literally updated the drivers on my graphics card. I installed some new software for my graphics card. I literally learned how to open up ports in my antivirus and allow different programs in and cancel other programs out. I thought it was that. I thought I needed to verify the game's integrity files on Steam. I cleared the Steam cache. What is cache? Not the paper you're thinking about, like actual downloadable cache. I tried running the game as an administrator through Steam. I tried running the game as an administrator through a third-party software. By the end of this, guys, like after a week of trial and error, I'm basically on this 25-minute long troubleshooting video on YouTube with like 50 different things to try. And I'm going through the checklist and I'm doing everything. Like this dude is teaching me how to do things to my computer. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just following the instructions and I'm seeing if it works. You know, I'm installing shaders. I'm changing shader settings. I'm disabling things. Like I'm pretty good with computers, but a lot of this stuff was French to me. I'm just going through the motions and seeing if it fits and trying to figure out the problem. And yes, I tried what I thought was the most basic IT thing ever, turning off the computer, restarting the computer, uninstalling the game, reinstalling the game, When I tell you I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into trying to fix this thing, I'm not even lying, guys. And it's getting to the point to where it was frustrating. And I'm just like, man, is this game even really that important? Maybe I should just like not even deal with it. And then from the corner of my eye, I caught this thing that was plugged into my computer that I also actually plugged in about a week ago. External SSD drive, where I drag and drop all my extra media to just kind of store it. But I had left it plugged, and I usually have it unplugged because it tends to get hot, and this part right here tends to overheat. It shouldn't really be taxing to my computer, or so I thought. But then I just looked at it, I'm like, maybe I just need to unplug this. Maybe this is stressing my computer too much. Maybe this is using too much of my computer's processor and memory in a way I don't really realize it's using it. So I unplugged it, and guess what? Game works just fine. All of those things I was trying to do to fix something were not even relevant, because at the end of the day, the solution was the most ridiculously simple thing that I just didn't even think of and I didn't even notice. It was to just unplug, to pause, to give my PC a break from running the extra SSD, which in theory shouldn't actually even take up a lot of space. So I don't know what's going on there. But the point is, and kind of what this made me think of, is how this applies to our human lives. Like a lot of times, the problems we create for ourselves, we go down these rabbit holes looking for answers. Do I need to meditate more? Do I need more spirituality? Do I need a boyfriend, a girlfriend? Do I need more money? Maybe if I biohack this or take this supplement or do this thing at this time, I'll feel better. I'll be more optimized. We have all these problems, and we go down these quests and these crazy rabbit holes of putting things in and trying to see what fix and not really getting the answers we seek. But how crazy to think that a lot of times the answer you seek isn't actually thought of or created in the paradigm of thought and troubleshooting. It's the simple action of taking a break. Unplug. Get some sleep. Don't think about the issues in your life. Do something else. Rest. That, to me, was a little bit chilling, because I was just like, whoa, that is so true in so many ways. A lot of the problems and the bullshit and the things we deal with and navigate through this life, a lot of times there's not a thing to think about or a thing to do to actually solve it. A lot of times it's just getting to this place where you just be, like I say all the time, just be, get here, get present, live in the moment, but relax, unplug from this problem. Don't think about it, even though it's a anatomical object and not human at all. The same thing applied to my computer. It just needed to unplug and rest and not be running so hard. So unplug, get some sleep, find some food, stop letting this guy run 24/7, meditate, breathe it out, and just enjoy your day. So next time you have a problem, think back to this story and my week of technological issues, and I hope you find a little peace in that, because a lot of times the answer to the problems in our lives isn't even an answer. It's just to relax, unplug, just be. See you guys on the next one.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay? Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way.